What's up, YouTubers? First thing I want to say is Al Gore, you're an idiot. Global warming, yeah, let me tell you. No one's really paying attention. It snowed in the Middle East today, first time in quite a while. I think I saw one article saying in Egypt this is the first time it snowed in 122 years or some shit like that, some crazy number. But yeah, it snowed in the desert, so good job, Al Gore. You got that part right, you dumbass. Um, Secondly, I'm proud of my state, though it wasn't the first. It will more than likely, from what I saw, legislature is being passed to ban the implementation of Obamacare in the state of Georgia. So, fuck yeah. If you don't like my language, don't watch my fucking videos. I'm a little pissed off. I've seen a lot of stuff from sources saying, "Oh, we can't piss off the Muslims. We can't offend other cultures." This political PC bullshit is sickening. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of hearing it. I'm not a Christian. I'm not. I mean, me and the Christian church just don't get along. Um, my religious beliefs are my own, and I have the freedom to practice them, and I fought for that freedom in the military for 7 years. You can say what you want, I don't give a fuck. But this whole thing about being offended by Christmas, are you fucking serious? Get a pair of balls, grow up. If you don't like the way we run our country, the holidays that we have in our country, you get the fuck out of our country. Again, if you don't like what I'm saying, don't watch my goddamn videos. Alright, the second thing. I'm going to calm down for a second because this next part pisses me off. It's something I've known about for a while. I'm doing research. I'm not one to really spout stuff that I'm not at least somewhat aware of as far as my own research. I saw an ad earlier. Or not really an ad. It was an article. I'm not gonna post it. I'm sure you can find it. But Sharia law. Are you fucking kidding me? Sharia law. It's make me sick. Some of the things that I've seen, and again, like I said, through research, have royally pissed me off and sickened me to the core. Anyway, back to the article I was talking about. Um, Pedophiles, the scum of the earth, basically, um, are converting to Islam in Islamic countries, or rather countries that allow Sharia law and implementation of their practices and principles. Pedophiles are converting to Islam to be prevented from prosecution. I swear to God, if I catch one of those sons of bitches, it's over. Pedophilia makes me sick. That thought, that concept just drives to the core of my being, and it should any decent human being. It drives to the core of my being a spike of just utter disgust. I see people all the time talking about, oh well, Muslims are peaceful people. The Islamists, they're not peaceful. I've seen them. They're good Muslims. I'm not saying all Muslims are bad. I'm not an Islamophobe. Um, I know several good followers of the Muslim faith, good people, decent, kind people, compassionate people. The people that I'm worried about are those people who want to implement Sharia law. Sharia law is nowhere near good. It doesn't exist. There's no good in Sharia law. Well, Muhammad was the first one to give women rights. Bullshit. Read it, people. Don't just say, oh, well, they said it's good, so I guess I'll accept it as good. No, read some of the documents. The Quran itself. Just look in the Quran. Look at how much hatred is there. And again, like I said, not all Muslims are bad. There's a lot of hatred in that book. A lot of hatred. I mean, you read about the acid attacks because of immodest dress and honor killings. What the fuck's up with that? Honor killings, really? Because you don't like this fact that your sister called some dude before she got married. You bound her, gagged her, wrapped her up in a piece of fucking canvas, and then threw stones at her until she died from blunt force trauma. There's no honor in that. That's sickening and grotesque. Yes, I'm saying this again. This is my disclaimer. Here it comes again. If you don't like what I'm saying, stop watching the video now. It's only going to get worse. I've never been an activist. I've never been against a whole lot of things. Growing up, I was raised in a very accepting household. Racism wasn't a real big issue, even though I was in a very southern part of the state where a lot of racism is prevalent. I was never accepting of it. I'm not being racist. I'm not being a bigot. I'm being a decent human being and speaking my mind, because guess what? I still have that freedom. If you don't understand what I'm trying to say, is that a decent human being shows compassion for people. A decent human being has love for their fellow human beings. We are the human race. There is no such thing as racism unless you accept it as that. Racism implies that you think your race is superior to another race. Well, guess what? We're all one race. What I can be against is practices, religions that do not show compassion for their fellow human being. Do not show compassion for flaws in others. Do not show compassion for mistakes made by other people. That in itself shows that you are not human. You are subhuman. People need to realize that it's coming to America. The Muslim Brotherhood, and call me a conspiracy theorist, I give no fucks. The Muslim Brotherhood is infiltrating our government. They're infiltrating all levels of our society. They're trying to force our hand against them so that they can take the righteous ground. There's no righteous ground for them. Look at the atrocities. Syria, Libya, Egypt, all over the Middle East, all over the world. They're blowing themselves up to kill other innocent people for what? So they have the right to rape little girls? Okay, excuse me, not rape. I'm sorry. Molest. Because their prophet, Muhammad, when he took his wife, 6, 7 years old, I kind of put the Quran down after I read a good portion of it because it was sickening. And some of the other supporting documents, they just make me fucking nauseous. But he had a young child bride who, because she was a child, decided, well, I can't have sex with her because she's a child, so I'll just put my penis between her thighs. Look it up, people. It's a real thing. I mean, you can look at some of the leaders, the Muslim leaders, and their words, and saying, it's okay, whatever. You know, I can't stand them. I'm sorry. I'm really agitated over this. It makes me sick. Really makes me sick. I know I'm getting off topic. I'm scatterbrained at the moment. I'm frustrated because I don't see any changes. I don't see anything happening to keep it from happening, if you understand what I'm trying to say. Just look out, America. Our values are being torn apart slowly. well, not even slowly anymore. It's happening pretty fast. If you haven't noticed, gun control issue. Report. I mean, you can see I have guns. Um, I'm a really big anti-gun control person. Uh, gun control is just about as intelligent as global warming. It has no foundation. I mean, our country was based on the ability to rise up should our government become out of control and change things back to a free society. I saw, again, I should really take better notes, that way I don't seem like a complete whack job. So I can quote some of these things and what some of these leaders are saying, but again, talking about Islam and the Muslim Brotherhood, one of their leaders said that we as Muslims and followers of the Prophet Muhammad do not believe in free speech and find the concept of freedom laughable. I'll tell you something. Shut up, I'm going to teach you. Our country, the United States of America, was founded on the principle of freedom. Freedom of speech. Freedom of religion, to practice your own faith without persecution. This doesn't mean that you get a special place for your religion or for the laws governing your religion. If you want to implement your own laws in your own religion, then go to your country where your laws are laws. Our laws state that we are free to practice our religion. We are free to put into the press anything factual, which the current administration is obviously failing on. Any factual press, freedom of press, freedom of religion, freedom of speech. That's the First Amendment. Second Amendment. Second Amendment, in my opinion, trumps any argument you have, because it is our ability, it guarantees our ability to protect all the other rights that we have. Those two right there, freedom of speech, freedom of expression, freedom of religion, the ability to protect those are the two most important. There's another rather important amendment that I'd like to talk about today, because I see a lot of it going on, the breaking and violation of this amendment, and it infuriates me to the core of my beliefs and my systemic makeup. Is the Fourth Amendment, protection from unlawful search and seizure of property, person, and effects. Which means that if you own something, personal, private property, it doesn't matter if it's a piece of land, if it's a home, if it's a vehicle, if it's your wallet, if it's yours, you have the freedom, or rather the freedom that you have is that you're protected from unlawful search or seizure, which means that if a police officer reaches out and yanks something out of your hands, he is in violation of your Fourth Amendment rights. He must ask permission or have a warrant signed and stamped by a judge before he can touch your property. Now, I'm going to do another video. I'm going to outline each of the amendments in the original Bill of Rights, the 10 amendments of the Bill of Rights. Because, I'm frustrated. This was a pop video that I just had to put out because I'm sick of some things and I wanted to vent a little bit. Not my normal style, but there it is. America, I love you. Stand up, make your voices heard. And peace.